Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, all U.S. Constitution protects all lives matters members and their families out there. Good morning to our dear President, Donald J. Trump, and Vice President J.D. Vance. For we the people, for the people, by the people will succeed. Ladies and gentlemen, your concerns about the Army being in and around the streets should be not even there. As you know, this election that's coming up is a very, very tedious one, especially in the state of New York and the city of New York mayoral race. We have a communist running for mayor of New York who wants to change the whole schematic and also has the help of many, many, many female judges, both federal and state, and male judges, federal and state. They are trying to rewrite the Constitution and the federal rules of civil procedure and rules of criminal procedure with their rulings, and they even conflict with U.S. Constitution and U.S. Supreme Court laws. These people need to be impeached. I have here in front of me a history from the Southern District of New York involving a case that was filed on 7/28. Here's the case here. This case history entails the wrongful docketing, 1. 2, listing as a partial fee when the whole fee was paid. 3, motions and briefs in support and evidence that was scheduled to be docketed on August 28th has not even appeared yet on the docket. This proves corruption in the pro se clerk's office in the Southern District of New York, and also proves the clerk is in play with attacking Republican people as they've done before. So as long as you have physical documents, now this document here is a court document. It's, as you see, off a pacer. This document is what the judge goes by and the judge's law clerk goes by as far as scheduling hearings and making decisions sua sponte. We filed a motion yesterday for partial summary judgment and trial date by jury demand to be set due to the fact that the individuals were served on 9/1 and have yet to respond. We don't know what is going on. But they were properly served and timely served. As you see here, 7/28, the case was filed. 8/1, the case was entered. 8/5, it was listed as a partial filing fee, which the whole fee was paid. 8/1, they were served with the complaint when it was filed. So again, ladies and gentlemen, it wasn't even a matter of law, it's a matter of common sense. The civil rules of procedure clearly state they have 21 days to comply to respond. Now, it took the judge all to this week to issue summonses. I got the summonses myself, signed the summons, my signature, and served them the complaint electronically. The case was designated electronically, so therefore the case can be served electronically, which it was, in accordance with law. And that was on 8/1. So again, ladies and gentlemen, corruption in the Southern District of New York clerk's office is present. And now we have the proof. Beyond a reasonable doubt. Set aside 12 CR 550 tried before Judge Denise Cote with discovery material falsified, and a whole Army career of Kevin Rizzoli. Kevin Rizzoli was never in the United States Army. Was in the United States Navy, stationed overseas. 2 tours. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we, the people, for the people, by the people, will prevail. Donald J. Trump is on the right track. J.D. Vance is on the right track. And a little message to the kids that they start at school. Study the U.S. Constitution because you need to learn it. Because you need to learn it. Different actions will cause a reaction. And different actions will bring forth treason and sedition charges. Different actions will get you hung. Yes, hung. Hanging still exists under UN treaty laws, which is applicable in the United States. That was settled in the Second Circuit Court of Appeals in New York in 1995. So again, look, listen, and learn. Don't listen to your teacher if she says, if you feel today like being a woman, she'll give you a dress. If you're a Christian, if you're a true-hearted Christian, it takes Adam and Eve to promulgate the church, not Adam and Steve. And your actions will get you excommunicated from the church. Just like Joe Biden should be publicly excommunicated from the church for his genocide of Roman Catholics within the Federal Bureau of Prisons. That is one step. 2 is the January 6th uprising, which was caused by high-ranking members of the Democrats Party. Why I call them Democrats? Because they're parasites. They drained the United States Treasury. They drained the poor people of America under the guise of Black Lives Matter movement. Well, before Black Lives Matter riots took place, Barack Hussein Obama and Eric Holder already gave them $1.25 billion in reparation. And that was in 2008. When did the riots take place? This has been in the works for many years. It just took time to hatch. They didn't want it to seem like they were going to commit treason. Well, you committed treason. Patrisse Cullors, Rosa Opal, you committed treason. Mr. Newsom, you committed treason. Barack Hussein Obama, you committed treason. Joe Biden, you committed treason. Cory Booker, you committed treason. You committed sedition. Maxine Waters, you committed acts of treason and sedition. Nancy Pelosi, you committed acts of treason. Your daughter committed acts of treason. So therefore, when you, in unison and concert with one another, violate the RICO Act, since you financially gained, you gained a tangible and an intangible asset. Therefore, you violated the RICO laws. You've applied the RICO laws to Italian American and Sicilian Americans for many years now. You enacted it in Washington, D.C. because of Senator McLaughlin and Robert Kennedy. Now, use it on your own, and you don't like it, do you? Because I have filed civil RICO in the Southern District of New York, and you don't like it. You just covered that up. Rizzoli versus Black Lives Matter movement. Barack Hussein Obama, known and unknown financiers et al., filed in the Southern District of New York in 2021. Look it up, ladies and gentlemen. It is there. It's on the books. It's covered up. And it was briefed. All federal rules of civil procedure were followed. And Judge Swain swept it under the rug. It was filed with medical records, police reports, and other documentary proof beyond a reasonable doubt to preclude summary judgment. So again, ladies and gentlemen, this is what's happening. Thank God Donald J. Trump is flexing the U.S. Constitution's muscle. He's protecting the people's life, liberty, and property under the Second Amendment. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, all of you out there who are trying to say Donald Trump is acting against the Constitution, the U.S. Constitution's Second Amendment, life, liberty, and property. So again, learn the U.S. Constitution. Go to school. Stop having teachers teach your kids how to be faggots, men wearing dresses, women wearing pants. Ain't nothing wrong with a woman wearing pants, but not in the house. Not in the house. There's a separate entity in the house. You got the wife and the husband, the man and the woman, the father and mother, sons and daughters, which was made by God. And God says, you must obey my laws as well as the laws of the land. And the United States Constitution is the law of the land. Title 18 is the law of the land. Title 5 USC 552 AG 1CG 4 E5 is the law of the land. So again, be mindful. Ask your teachers about the U.S. Constitution. Ask your teachers about the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Recite that, and you will feel much better. And those of you who are in college should know better. I know better. I was in the United States Navy. My grandfather taught in Columbia University. English Lit. He came from Italy legally to teach. And on his off hours, he taught in the Dante Alighieri Society in Jersey City, New Jersey, teaching immigrants English, how to read and write. Instead of spending your time protesting and destroying America, help those who don't know about America and teach them, because you don't know about America. You don't even know the U.S. Constitution or history. You believe the COINTELPRO Project M rhetoric that the Black Lives Matter movement people have put before you. They try to rewrite history and rewrite books through computers. Now grow up, or be subjected to the acts and laws of treason and sedition. Thank you very much. God bless you, and have a great day.